Hi, everyone. We are the creators of Squeeze, which is more than a parking app. We are an innovative app made to revolutionize urban commuting by tracking the challenges of parking inefficiency and city navigation. My name is Stella Rockwell. I am CEO of Squeeze and specialize in multimedia design, fundraising, and risk management. At Washington State University, I study entrepreneurship and digital technology and culture.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Uriah Kastner, and I bring a background in leadership, notably as a construction crew lead, to my role here at Squeeze. Here, I apply my experience managing teams and projects to improve the operations. Today, I'm excited to share how Squeeze is set to transform parking and commuting in major cities.
Hi, everyone. I'm Albert Lee. I'm the Chief Information Officer for Squeeze. I'm currently studying computer science here at Wazoo, and I'm looking to just share my coding knowledge with the team as well as IT work.
And Taylor Fayette is our advisor. She is a seasoned entrepreneur. She has helped us with brainstorming, solving issues with more the logistics side of a business, and she is someone we turn to when we need advice. A weakness on our team is someone who excels at finances, so we are open to hiring someone on our team in the future to fill this gap for us. So we're going to ask you all to take a second and reflect about your own personal experience when it comes to city driving. How many times have you ever been stressed about not making it on time to an event due to lack of parking or traffic? And with that being said, have you also ever overpaid for city parking because you couldn't find available street parking or a cheaper option? Well, those are the issues that Squeeze aims to solve, and you are not alone when facing those issues. In the search for parking, overpayments and fines is a $96 billion problem in the US. With that being said, drivers spend an average of 17 hours per year looking for parking spots. As you know from your own personal experiences, that city parking can be costly, inefficient, and a waste of time, and those are the exact issues Squeeze was created to fix. So, introducing Squeeze, the ultimate companion for city dwellers seeking seamless navigation and stress-free parking solutions. With Squeeze, users can effortlessly track available street parking, reserve spots in parking garages, and access a color-coded map highlighting high-trafficked areas based on local events. Plus, for last-minute planners, Squeeze provides a list of events happening in your city, ensuring you never miss out on the action. So to talk more about our market opportunity, in 2023, the application development software market size was valued at $208 billion and has a 4.7% growth forecasted from 2024 to 2023. The U.S. parking industry generated a revenue of $9.2 billion, and the market is projected to a steady growth rate of 1.5% between 2023 and 2028. With that being said, the barriers to enter the software development industry are low. There are many opportunities in this industry for high revenue growth, and the industry has high competition. However, with Squeeze's competitive advantage, we are hoping to surpass this barrier. We are starting our service in Chicago, Illinois, for many reasons, but the biggest began when we were conducting our research for opening our location. We found that Chicago is one of the worst cities for parking-related issues. With that being said, Chicago public transportation services are inefficient. There are many congested areas and some of the highest parking fees in the nation. In year 3 to 5, we will be traveling to Seattle, Washington, in hopes to create our second headquarters in year 6. We are choosing Seattle due to the amount of connections and familiarity we have with the city. Okay, to talk more about our competitive strategy, as you can see from this visual chart, Squeeze has many direct competitors, and this chart only lists the most relevant direct competitors we have, with 2 of our indirect competitors at the bottom being the Chicago Transit Authority and Manually Looking for Parking. Our competitive edge over our direct competitors includes our hotspot traffic identifier technology, event tracking, and innovative Bluetooth devices that show available street parking. To look more into our competitive strategy, Squeeze incorporates our competitors' features such as reserving spots and applying filters for price, valet, and handicap spots, including more. And to combat our indirect competitors, Squeeze offers solutions without the time constraints of taking the bus or aimlessly searching for parking, while allowing for flexibility and cost effectiveness.
To reiterate, we plan to launch in Chicago, which ranks as one of the worst cities for parking. We have identified urban drivers and event goers between the ages of 18 to 34 as our primary audience, because this group is most likely to appreciate and adopt new technology solutions that simplify their urban lifestyle. By focusing on this demographic, we're not just selling a product, we're providing a lifestyle solution that enhances their daily activities, integrates seamlessly with their mobile-centric lives, and fundamentally changes how they interact with urban spaces. Starting with phase one in year one, our focus is on laying the groundwork with our app development paired with an aggressive advertising campaign. We plan to capture public interest through teasers, sneak peeks, and engaging challenges designed to spark curiosity and build anticipation. Additionally, partnerships with influencers and the creation of behind-the-scenes content will play a crucial role in amplifying our research and establishing a strong brand presence from the outset. Moving into phase two in year two, we shift gears to the official launch of our app. This phase is all about user acquisition. We will roll out promotions and incentives along with early access signups to draw in early adopters. Our strategy continues with sustained efforts in engagement and community building, which are essential for fostering a loyal user base and encouraging active participation and feedback. As we transition into phase three in years 3 through 5, our strategy focuses on expansion and consolidation. We aim to expand geographically to Seattle, continuously innovate the product based on user feedback, and explore strategic acquisitions. These steps are designed to solidify Squeeze's position as a market leader in urban mobility solutions. Moving into our traction so far, Squeeze is already making waves. We've initiated promising relationships with WSU Parking Services and Pullman Events, setting a solid foundation for our market presence. Additionally, we're in preliminary talks with potential partners like MobPond.com to supply us with necessary technology. On the development front, our app prototypes are in progress, and we've begun drafting contracts with parking garages to integrate our technology, ensuring comprehensive coverage and seamless service for our users. So our collaboration with WSU Parking Services exemplifies our commitment to improving parking logistics through technology. So with our talk with them, we're planning on deploying solutions such as real-time parking availability updates, campus-specific navigation tools, and event integration for busy times such as football games and events here at the Beasley Coliseum. So these are designed to significantly enhance the community experience here on campus. This initiative is crucial as it addresses the common pain points of parking during peak hours and special events, providing much needed relief and improving overall campus mobility.
So here we have a mock-up of our application. So to start out with, we will implement a login screen and user accounts in order to satisfy our freemium financial packages. And on top of that, we're going to display street parking in our app through partnerships with public parking garages throughout the city. And the application will also display hotspots using algorithmic code, using artificial intelligence, using past data we've collected on vehicle locations and major points of traffic to predict future traffic hotspots. And on top of that, we're going to have filters for the user to, which will allow the user to look for what they need, such as whether it be parking type, location, airport shuttles, wheelchair accessibility, and stuff like that. And on top of that, we're also going to have events, whether that's going to be through an API or just web scraping if we're not able to set up an API at the start. So we're going to have nearby events sharing their location, date, and name. So we're going to partner with Chicago's parking garages. So that will allow us to place a couple Bluetooth low energy devices in each garage property. So 95% of each parking reservation made through our app goes directly to the parking garages. So the way Bluetooth low energy devices work is the difference between them and regular Bluetooth devices is that whereas regular Bluetooth devices are always listening which requires more power, more battery. Bluetooth Low Energy is only active when it directly receives the signals. So in that way, it reduces latency, it saves battery, it can run for longer, um, and although it's not necessarily a straight upgrade on Bluetooth devices, since they have different use cases.
Got about 5 minutes.
So on top of that, as mentioned, we're going to have an algorithm using artificial intelligence. It'll be used to detect patterns of where traffic tends to be, based off our past collected data, as well as from local events. So by plugging our Bluetooth Low Energy device data into this algorithm, it'll be able to help us predict future spots to avoid. And then with event tracking, we were looking at implementing a Facebook event API, but if we were unable to successfully implement that at the beginning, we would start with just using web scraping off similar websites, since collecting that data would only be event data, so it would be no personal information collected, and privacy wouldn't be an issue here. So here's an example of one of our potential partnerships. So Mapon, they sell Bluetooth Low Energy devices. So this is just like a short example of how their devices tend to work.
Looking at our revenue model, we will be in the negatives for the first 3 years, mostly due to our software launch beginning in 2026. We are cash flow positive in 2028, and in 2029, we estimate a net profit of just under $200,000 in 2029. We
You've
offer
got about 3 minutes.
We offer flexible subscription plans at various price points to accommodate different user needs, with options ranging from weekly to annual subscriptions. Once we achieve a user base of over $5,000, our plan is to introduce target advertising, creating an additional revenue stream. Our projections show a promising 240% growth rate per year, driven by our strategic marketing efforts and the anticipated widespread adoption of our app. To fuel our next phase of growth and innovation, we are seeking to raise $360,680, which reflects our budgetary requirements from the years 2025 to 2028. Our funding strategy includes significant contributions from the founders and their networks, who have already committed $100,000. We're also engaging with angel investors, offering a compelling opportunity to invest in a dynamic market solution with a 20% equity stake in the form, or sorry, we're offering $230,000 in exchange for a convertible note. On top of these sources, each co-founder is investing $10,000 with the goal to secure the remaining capital needed to achieve our ambitious goals.
Here are our sources, and thank you for listening.
I have a question regarding your market opportunity. So you described your beachhead market as urban drivers and event goers from ages like 18 to mid-30s, I think. But how much in dollar value is that target market worth? And do you know how many app downloads or subscriptions you will need to capture just, let's say, 1% of that market, that target market?
We have not conducted like a TAM, SAM, SOM, so I am unsure about those numbers.
Just curious a little bit about the technology side. You've got the Bluetooth technology in parking garages. Remind me of how you identify available parking, street parking, in your locations.
So these devices, their range goes beyond just those parking garages. So even though the devices are placed in parking garages, that's not the sole extent in terms of range of what they can display, or what they can measure. So they'll be able to give a wider picture of parking and traffic and that sort of thing.
So will your app gonna put a profile of what's available based on various filters? So say availability being one, price being one, time being one. I mean, it seems like parking garages aren't gonna lower the price of parking. They're gonna find availability for parking. I'm just curious what your filters would be for those looking for parking.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say the filters are gonna be separate. There's filters for street parking and there's filters for garage parking, and the garage prices are set based on those contracts we have with the garages and how much you pay for parking at those specific parking garages. But the street parking is profit we will be making.
Thanks.
You guys talked a little bit about how you've interviewed with WCU Parking and how some of their challenges with events and stuff. I'm kind of curious if you looked into other markets, like did you see feedback maybe online or something from parking within Chicago or Seattle and some of the areas that you're trying to get to? And what does that look like, and how does it maybe differ from like a campus parking situation?
I mean, to kind of go into that, when we were doing research and downloading all our other direct competitors and all of their apps, they're all located in cities and not just focusing on campuses. So we wanted to match that and also focus on cities. And we landed on Chicago because they are one of the worst cities for parking and overpayments and finding parking in general.
And
Okay.
our conversation with the WSU parking people, it was more to broaden our kind of understanding of the problems people are having, especially when taken to the extremes. I would call the traffic here on campus during football games an extreme. So we just wanted to better understand kind of what our customers could need potentially and what routes we could take to help them.
Okay, thank you.
Then I think y'all are good to go, unless you have any questions for us. But thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you.